In life, not everyone deserves your help. Some people drain your emotional energy and leave you feeling empty. Today, we'll uncover the 7 types of people you should avoid helping, inspired by the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Throughout this video, you'll discover how to protect your inner peace and set boundaries with those who take advantage of your kindness. Stay until the end, where the most powerful insight awaits, one that could transform how you view relationships and negative influences forever. If you're ready to embrace emotional control and improve your self-worth, don't forget to like and subscribe to Stoic Narratives Official. Together, we'll explore daily Stoic lessons that guide you to a more balanced, peaceful life. Let's dive into the 7 types of people you must steer clear of. Type 1. The perpetual victim. There's a certain type of person who always plays the victim, constantly seeking sympathy rather than solutions. We've all encountered them. They dwell on their struggles, exaggerating their misfortunes in hopes of gaining your pity. While it may seem compassionate to offer help, Stoic philosophy teaches us otherwise. True compassion is rooted in reason, not in fueling someone's victim mentality. Helping those who refuse to take responsibility for their own lives drains your emotional energy and leaves you exhausted. As Stoic philosophers like Epictetus remind us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The victim doesn't grasp this concept. Instead, they cling to the idea that the world is against them and that they have no control. In reality, they avoid the truth. That power lies within their reactions and decisions. By continuously offering help to these individuals, you unknowingly reinforce their dependency on you and their belief that their problems can only be solved by others. This, in turn, leads to a toxic cycle, one where your compassion is taken for granted and their victimhood grows. Stoicism calls us to use discernment in our actions, to know when helping actually harms. Imagine a friend or colleague who constantly complains about their situation but never takes any steps to improve it. You offer advice, you support them emotionally, yet months later, nothing has changed. They're still stuck, and you're left feeling drained. This is where the wisdom of Stoicism comes in. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good person should be. Be one." A good person is wise enough to recognize when to stop offering help that leads nowhere. The perpetual victim thrives on negativity, feeding on the emotional support of others without ever taking responsibility for their own growth. You must ask yourself, is this really helping them, or is it simply keeping them stuck? Stoic teachings remind us to focus on self-improvement and boundaries. Helping those who seek to change is noble, but continuously aiding those who don't harms both you and them. Recognizing when to step back is a sign of strength, not indifference. In fact, by stepping back, you allow them to confront their own challenges and grow stronger. As the Stoics remind us, peace of mind and emotional energy management are vital. If you constantly give to someone who remains in a state of helplessness, you will lose the opportunity to invest your energy in those who truly need and appreciate it. The path to emotional control and inner peace starts with understanding who deserves your help. The perpetual victim is not one of them. Reserve your strength for those who truly seek change and growth. Type 2. The unappreciative. There is nothing more draining than helping someone who never acknowledges your effort. The unappreciative person takes everything you offer, but never stops to show gratitude. Stoic philosophy reminds us that gratitude is at the heart of a virtuous life. It is the bridge between giving and receiving, creating balance in relationships. Yet when you encounter someone who is ungrateful, that balance is shattered. Imagine this. You continuously support a co-worker with their tasks, offering advice, even staying late to help them meet deadlines. But instead of a simple "thank you," you receive silence, or worse, criticism that you didn't do enough. Over time, this ungratefulness starts to weigh on you. Why? Because, as the Stoics teach us, we naturally seek appreciation for our efforts, even if we don't expect rewards. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." When surrounded by ingratitude, your thoughts spiral into negativity. Helping the unappreciative isn't just exhausting, it's harmful. These people devalue your kindness and make you feel as if your generosity is a duty rather than a choice. According to Stoic philosophers, when we offer help, it should be done with reason, not expectation. Yet that doesn't mean we should allow ourselves to be taken advantage of. Boundaries are essential for maintaining inner peace. Think about family members or friends who always expect financial support but never express thanks. Stoicism urges us to practice discernment. When help becomes a one-way street where your efforts are met with indifference or disdain, it's time to step back. The Stoic mind values mutual respect in all exchanges. Help must come from a place of virtue, not from a place of obligation or expectation. The unappreciative person will continue to drain your energy because to them, your kindness holds no value. They expect it, and the more you give, the more they expect. It's like pouring water into a broken vase. No matter how much you fill it, it will never be enough. Epictetus teaches us that we control our responses, not the actions of others. The unappreciative cannot be forced to see the value in what they receive. Therefore, you must protect your emotional energy. It's not selfish to choose who deserves your help. It's wise. By walking away from those who take your kindness for granted, you preserve your inner strength for those who genuinely need it. In a world filled with people who appreciate nothing, Stoicism teaches us to act with reason. Help those who show gratitude. Invest your time in those who will take your assistance and grow from it. That is the Stoic way to find peace and avoid emotional exhaustion. Type 3. The laziness is one of the most destructive traits, not just for the person who harbors it, but also for those around them. When someone is lazy, they refuse to take meaningful action to improve their situation, instead relying on others to do the hard work. Stoic philosophy teaches us that time is the most precious resource, and wasting it on those who refuse to act is a mistake. Consider a friend or family member who constantly complains about their life. They hate their job, their relationships are falling apart, and their health is deteriorating. You offer them advice, suggest ways to improve their situation, perhaps looking for a new job, going to therapy, or starting a healthier routine. But weeks or months pass, and nothing changes. They remain in the same position, doing nothing to better themselves. This is when Stoicism tells us it's time to stop helping. Marcus Aurelius once said, "If you waste your time, you will never get it back." Helping the lazy is exactly that, time wasted. You can offer solutions, but unless they are willing to take action, your efforts are in vain. Laziness not only stagnates the individual, but also drags down those who try to support them. Instead of making progress, they remain stuck, and you end up exhausted by their refusal to improve. In Stoic teachings, action is key. Epictetus reminds us, no great thing is created suddenly. Progress requires effort, dedication, and discipline. But the lazy person avoids these qualities, choosing instead the path of least resistance. They depend on others to pick up the slack, whether at work, in relationships, or in life. Over time, this creates a toxic dynamic where your help enables their laziness rather than motivating change. It's important to recognize when helping someone is actually harming them. By constantly offering assistance to a lazy person, you prevent them from learning self-discipline and responsibility. They become reliant on your support, and their laziness becomes more ingrained. Stoicism teaches us to prioritize action and self-control. When someone is unwilling to put in the effort, your help only enables their bad habits. You must set boundaries with lazy people to protect your emotional energy. If they refuse to take responsibility for their own lives, there's nothing more you can do. Walking away isn't cruel, it's necessary. By stepping back, you give them the space to confront their own laziness and make the decision to change or not. Either way, it frees you from the burden of carrying someone else's inaction. In the Stoic view, life is too short to be wasted on those who refuse to act. Help those who show the drive to improve, and save your energy for those who truly deserve it. That's how you maintain emotional balance and live in alignment with Stoic principles. Type 4. The Manipulator. There is a dangerous type of person who doesn't directly ask for help. Instead, they manipulate situations and emotions to get what they want from you. These manipulators play on your sense of compassion, guilt, or obligation, often making you feel responsible for their well-being. Stoic philosophy teaches us to guard against such emotional traps. Helping someone should be a conscious choice based on virtue, not an obligation imposed by manipulation. Manipulators thrive on control. They might not explicitly demand anything from you, but through subtle pressure, they make you feel as if you owe them. It could be a friend who always makes you feel guilty for not spending enough time with them, or a colleague who continually asks for your help with projects but never reciprocates. Over time, their manipulation erodes your sense of freedom, and you begin to feel trapped in a cycle of giving without receiving. Epictetus teaches us that we must maintain control over our own actions and decisions. When someone manipulates you, they are taking that control away. This is why Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of self-awareness. You must recognize when you're being manipulated and act with reason, not emotion. If helping someone comes from a place of guilt or coercion, it's not true help, it's exploitation. Think about someone in your life who makes you feel like you're always emotionally indebted to them. They subtly use your kindness against you, creating an imbalance in the relationship. The Stoic mind values fairness, balance, and autonomy. When these are lost, you are no longer acting with virtue. Helping the manipulator only reinforces their power over you, making them more confident in their ability to control others. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." In situations with manipulators, your strength lies in recognizing their tactics and protecting your own peace of mind. Don't let someone else's emotional games dictate your actions. This is where emotional energy management becomes critical. Your kindness is valuable, but it should never come at the cost of your personal freedom. Stoic philosophy teaches us that relationships should be built on mutual respect, not manipulation. When you recognize a manipulator, it's essential to set firm boundaries. Walking away from their tactics isn't selfish. It's a necessary act of self-preservation. By refusing to play into their games, you reclaim control over your life and ensure that your help is given where it's truly deserved. Manipulators don't seek genuine connection or improvement. They seek control. By stepping back, you free yourself from their influence and can focus on helping those who approach you with sincerity. The path to inner peace requires discernment, and recognizing manipulative behavior is a vital part of that journey. Save your energy for those who respect you, not those who seek to control you. Type 5. The Chronic Critic. There's a certain kind of person who never sees the good in anything. They are chronic critics. These individuals constantly tear others down, finding fault in every action, no matter how small. Stoicism teaches us that constructive criticism can be valuable, but those who criticize without reason, simply to diminish others, should not be indulged. Helping chronic critics only invites negativity into your life, eroding your emotional well-being. Chronic critics are not interested in solutions. Their goal is not to improve situations or offer useful feedback, but to spread dissatisfaction. Whether it's a colleague who constantly belittles your work or a family member who never misses a chance to point out your flaws, these individuals thrive on negativity. Stoicism reminds us that our peace of mind depends on what we allow into our inner world. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The tranquility that comes when you stop caring what they say or think or do." This is crucial when dealing with critics. By constantly engaging with chronic critics, you give them power over your emotions. Their negativity seeps into your thoughts, and before long you may find yourself questioning your worth or feeling defensive. This is exactly what Stoicism warns against. We are responsible for our own responses, not the actions or words of others. When you help a chronic critic, you feed into their cycle of negativity, and they become even more relentless in their criticism. Think of a coworker who always finds fault with your work, no matter how much effort you put in. You may try harder, adjusting your approach, seeking their approval, but it's never enough. Stoic philosophy teaches that you can't control their negativity, only how you respond. When you stop seeking validation from chronic critics, you reclaim your sense of self-worth and protect your emotional energy. Chronic critics are often dissatisfied with themselves. Their constant criticism is a reflection of their own insecurities, projected onto others. But no matter how much help or guidance you offer, it won't change their outlook. They don't want solutions. They want to drag others down to their level of discontent. As Epictetus teaches, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. In the case of chronic critics, the wisest reaction is often to step back and not engage. Stoicism encourages us to seek peace within ourselves. Chronic critics are corrosive to that peace, and by continuing to help them, you compromise your own tranquility. Recognize their behavior for what it is, an endless cycle of negativity. Helping these individuals only deepens their dissatisfaction while draining your emotional energy in the process. To maintain emotional balance and protect your inner peace, it's essential to distance yourself from chronic critics. Save your kindness and efforts for those who appreciate it, and use it for growth. Let the critics dwell in their negativity while you continue to thrive with the clarity and strength of Stoic wisdom. Type 6. The Opportunist. Opportunists are perhaps the most subtle of the people we shouldn't help. These individuals show up only when it's convenient for them, taking advantage of others without contributing anything in return. They exploit your kindness, using it as a tool for personal gain. Stoic philosophy teaches us to value sincerity and integrity, but opportunists live by neither. Helping them only encourages their self-serving behavior, draining your time and energy in the process. At first, opportunists don't appear harmful. They may present themselves as friendly, even charming, but their true intentions become clear over time. They aren't interested in mutual support or genuine connection. They only seek out those who can benefit them. It might be a coworker who constantly asks for your input but never reciprocates, or a friend who calls when they need a favor but disappears when you need help. Stoicism teaches us to act with purpose and virtue, and helping opportunists lacks both. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "Do not act as if you have 10,000 years to live. Fate is hanging over you. While you have life, live it fully." Time is one of our most valuable resources, and helping opportunists wastes it. They don't appreciate your effort, and worse, they take advantage of your generosity without a second thought. By giving to those who only take, you miss the chance to invest your energy in people who will grow and contribute back. In Stoicism, fairness and justice are key principles, and helping an opportunist violates both, as they exploit your kindness without any intention of reciprocating. Instead of offering genuine help to someone in need, you're enabling someone who lacks the integrity to appreciate or respect what you give. Epictetus teaches us that we must act according to virtue and wisdom, which means recognizing when your help is being misused. Imagine a business partner who only reaches out when they need something but never contributes to the partnership's success. They take credit for your work or ask for assistance but never offer anything in return. Stoic wisdom guides us to see through this behavior and understand that helping such people only deepens their unethical tendencies. By stepping away from opportunists, you protect not only your time, but also your sense of fairness and balance. The more you give to opportunists, the more they expect, operating on the assumption that you'll always be there to provide for them while they offer nothing in return. Stoicism teaches us the importance of self-improvement and boundaries, helping only when it aligns with reason and virtue. Offering your support to opportunists is neither reasonable nor virtuous. It merely reinforces their selfish behavior. To protect your emotional energy and maintain your sense of justice, it's essential to recognize opportunists for what they are. Stoicism reminds us to act wisely, and that means saving your help for those who genuinely deserve it, not those who seek to exploit it. Type 7. The envious. Envy is one of the most destructive emotions, not only for those who harbor it, but also for the people around them. Envious individuals can never be happy for the success or joy of others. Instead, they feel threatened by it, and this toxic mindset poisons relationships. Stoicism teaches us that envy clouds judgment and disrupts inner peace. Helping envious people is often a wasted effort, as they view your success and kindness with suspicion rather than gratitude. When you help someone who is envious, they may accept your assistance, but deep down, they resent you for it. Instead of feeling appreciative, they feel a sense of inferiority and discomfort. Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Envious people are trapped in negative thoughts, constantly comparing themselves to others. This internal conflict prevents them from accepting help with an open heart. Consider a co-worker or friend who reacts to your achievements not with congratulations, but with subtle resentment. They might downplay your success or find ways to criticize your progress. Their envy creates a wall between you, and no matter how much you try to help them, they'll never feel genuinely thankful. Helping the envious not only fuels their toxic comparisons, but also drains your emotional energy. In the eyes of an envious person, your generosity might even be seen as a threat. They may believe that by helping them, you are trying to assert dominance or show superiority. This distortion of reality makes it nearly impossible for them to accept your kindness without attaching negative motives to it. Epictetus taught that it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The envious person's reaction is to twist your goodwill into something sinister, and no amount of effort on your part can change that perception. Envy leads to a cycle of dissatisfaction. No matter how much you offer, the envious person will always feel inadequate. Instead of using your help to grow, they remain stuck in their resentment, unable to break free from their feelings of inferiority. Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on those who appreciate and benefit from our help, not those who are blinded by jealousy. Helping the envious can also harm you. Their negativity spreads, making you doubt your own worth or feel guilty for your success. Stoicism reminds us that we must protect our inner peace, and that means setting boundaries with people who bring envy and resentment into our lives. By stepping away from the envious, you allow yourself to thrive without the burden of their toxic emotions. In a world where envy is often masked by superficial politeness, it's important to be mindful of who you offer your help to. The envious will never truly appreciate it, and their resentment can erode your sense of tranquility. To live by Stoic principles, choose to invest your energy in those who are grateful, not those who harbor jealousy. Only then can you maintain the emotional balance and inner peace that Stoicism values so deeply. Conclusion. In life, not everyone is deserving of your help. Stoic philosophy teaches us that true strength lies in knowing when to step back. Whether it's the manipulator, the envious, or the ungrateful, offering your kindness to those who drain you only robs you of your emotional energy. By setting boundaries, you protect your inner peace and act with wisdom, just as the Stoics advised. Remember, your time and efforts are valuable. Reserve them for those who appreciate and grow from your help. The path to emotional balance is found through discernment and self-control, key principles of Stoic philosophy. If you found these insights helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to Stoic Narratives Official for more wisdom on mastering emotional control and living a life of calm strength and purpose. Stay tuned as we continue exploring the timeless lessons of Stoic philosophers, guiding you toward a life of greater peace and clarity.